Daniel 8:23-25 presents a fascinating prophecy, foretelling the rise of a fierce leader, endowed with great wisdom, capable of understanding mysterious enigmas. This powerful figure, though feared, will not rule by his own power. He will bring about devastating destruction, not only against the mighty but also against the holy people, using his intelligence to manipulate politics and sow chaos under the guise of peace. Yet in the end, he will be defeated without the intervention of humanity. This prophecy refers not only to a historical event, but also reverberates into the future, where the Antichrist will emerge, a malevolent figure set to disrupt the world order. The legacy of Antiochus Epiphanes. We begin by exploring the history of Antiochus Epiphanes, a Seleucid king of the 1st century BC. This tyrant perfectly embodies the prophetic portrait described in Daniel. Known for his cruelty, he persecuted the Jews with unimaginable brutality, imposing Greek culture and profaning the Temple of Jerusalem. His policy of forced Hellenization aimed to erase Jewish identity and impose Greek worship. The Jerusalem temple was defiled, an altar to Zeus was erected within the sanctuary, and pagan sacrifices were ordered. Any form of resistance was met with atrocious punishment, from public executions to ruthless torture. It is interesting to note that this oppression was not limited to physical violence. It also sought to suppress the faith and religious freedom of the Jewish people, imposing a foreign culture through terror and manipulation. The Antichrist, the return of the prophecy. But the story of Antiochus Epiphanes does not stop at a past event. Daniel 8 also serves as a prophecy for the future. The text, far from being limited to a historical figure, announces a future where another global leader will rise with similar or even worse ambitions. This figure, known as the Antichrist, will appear at the end of times, seeking to establish world governance under his control. In Revelation, particularly in Revelation 13, we see the emergence of two terrifying figures, the beast from the sea and the beast from the earth. These two entities symbolize the Antichrist and his accomplice, the false prophet. United, they will align against divine purposes and seek to impose their will upon humanity. The sea beast, with its monstrous appearance and blasphemous actions, strongly resonates with the image of the leader in Daniel 8, an unrelenting tyrant manipulating peoples with extraordinary skill. The convergence between the prophecies of Daniel and Revelation illustrates how these biblical messages are consistent, warning us of the Antichrist's crucial role in the end times. The New World Order, the path to a one-world government. The theory of the New World Order posits that one day, the world's political systems will converge into a unified world government under the authority of a single leader. While the term New World Order does not explicitly appear in the Bible, the scriptures describe a time when the Antichrist will rule over a single, totalitarian political system. Revelation 13 reveals that the Antichrist will impose a visible mark on every individual, regardless of social status, on their right hand or forehead. Without this mark, no one will be able to buy or sell. Total control over the economy, financial exchanges, and human lives. Though this may seem implausible, current technological advancements make this prophecy startlingly plausible. With the advent of digital currency and electronic transactions, we are entering an era where every economic movement could be monitored, controlled, and regulated on a global scale. Credit cards, contactless payments, and digital wallets are tools that already track every economic action of an individual. Imagine a world where every purchase, every sale is recorded and controlled by a centralized system, where only the beast has the power to approve or deny these transactions. Cashless stores, fully operated by technologies such as artificial intelligence and surveillance cameras, already show us how our lives could become entirely digitized. You enter a store, take what you need, and without human interaction, your account is charged. This is the beginning of a technological control that could evolve into a global system where the Antichrist would be the central figure. The power of Satan and world domination. To understand the power this individual will wield, it is crucial to remember that Satan, in the Gospel of Matthew 4:8-9, offered Jesus control over the kingdoms of the world. Jesus did not reject this offer by saying that Satan did not possess this power, but instead rebuked Satan emphasizing that worship belongs to God alone. This demonstrates that Satan truly holds power over this world, and the Antichrist will be the ultimate embodiment of this satanic domination. In Revelation 9, the angel called Abaddon, or Apollyon, the destroyer, is another figure the Bible presents as having a destructive role on earth. Apollyon is an angel of destruction who will lead an army to sow chaos and terror. This title, Destroyer, is not incidental. It highlights the role of the Antichrist and his allies in the end times. The passage shows a world ravaged by occult forces with destruction on an unimaginable scale. The Antichrist and the global economy, a future without physical money. We are on the brink of an era where, with the widespread introduction of digital currency, the biblical prophecies concerning the Antichrist and the beast take on a more tangible meaning. Imagine a world where every purchase or transaction requires the mark of the beast, enabling the world government to control everything. A digital identification would be enough to trace every aspect of your life. In this society, individual freedom could disappear, and total submission to the system would become mandatory. In summary, the prophecies of Daniel and Revelation are not merely ancient stories, but warnings for future generations. They depict a future where a man, the Antichrist, will emerge as a global tyrant, imposing his will upon all of humanity. If we want to avoid this spiritual and physical tyranny, it is essential to understand these signs, pray, and spiritually prepare for the challenges ahead. The time of the prophecies is near,